we have been in the UPND for the past probably 18 years of our lives. I've never been a member of parliament to understand how in parliament who tells them to sit where, because you are a Southerner. I don't know whether HH is part of parliament or maybe the UPND has given them a sitting arrangement, which I don't believe parliament would be able to accept. That is propaganda, it's cheap talk. I think Ephraim Belemu is a very intelligent elder brother of mine, but his comradeship to try and dine with the, what can I say, with the dragon, his comradeship to try and dine with the dragon, or his fair share that which he has received, must not demonize him to become more energetic. Energy, as we grow old, gets to reduce. If that energy was used in UPND, which he uses now, I believe that he would have been very far away. I think the levels of motivation that which the UPND gave him to become a member of parliament were not enough. So I would also urge Honorable Belemu that in Choma, Mapanza area where he's talking, even me, I contested as a member of parliament for Choma Central. I won at the province. And I'm not frustrated. I'm still smiling. We still talk. Yes. It's a life of preferences. It is about who the people want. You wanted the church to go and campaign for you. Why? We are putting in candidates that will be sellable. There is nothing that which the party president could do for you. If you lost at the grassroots, you had no touch with the grassroots. There was no need for him to be angry. Then he has also touched me. I'm an epidemiologist. I'm a public health by training. He was working at the Zambia National Tourism Board. There is a very common relationship between the economy and the burden of disease. Because right now we have talked about the COVID, the blame of the COVID on the economy. There is a very high interrelation. I don't know how down these politicians are.
You say politicians. You said you are a politician.
There is the senior politicians who are watching yes. Don't bring your experience in a field which you don't know. Pari COVID. The UPND are blaming the economy on COVID. There is a very high relationship. If the economy of a country is doing well, it means that you have medicines to curb any outbreak, any pandemic that which comes. Because that's the same way the average lifespan of a person who is sick of HIV, who is ill of HIV here in Zambia, and the one who is ill of HIV in Japan, if ever there is any, there's a very big difference because of their standard of living, the quality of their drugs, the quality of their healthcare delivery systems. So that is dependent on how viable your economy is. So I want to understanding yao ni hapa mala. Chikuru chapi chamene bali pajawa Belemu. He's a very senior member, a very eloquent politician, intelligent, but unfortunately upuva umayambukira. Yes, upuva uyambukira, and is more contagious than even COVID itself. So at the end of the day, it's the nikabayangana ba mdara. That is why we are urging these political parties. In the future, don't adopt professionals.
Let's discuss the substance of what he was saying.
No, we'll discuss the substance of Mdara. I'm a professional. Nima offside. It's like now is shooting UPND. All that panel on the virtual, I don't know what they call it. They sat to discredit UPND. It's like you are two teams, you want to play football. No, but let me drive that point. You are two teams, you want to play football. How do you shoot a line-up of another team? You are saying, no, hey, what? No, you win in the pitch. Let's go to the drawing board. And right now, the deciding masses are the Zambian voters. The voter will say, not in a matrix out biometric voting, chani, my equipment, potire mbesa mwangu yanga na ndiye zina yako, ndiye reji yako. Manje chibolifike, manje ati equipment, machine chita decide kuti nzabotoro here. No! Let me vote because I registered with Zoniremba Mazino Zoniangana. Manje onilete machine ibule niangane. No! Let's pray by the standards of what is supposed to be done.
Trevor, some people are saying it is very hard for the PF not to discuss HH because your campaigns have been built around HH. And that is why you say, Bali will fix it, Bali will do this. So it is very difficult. They can't talk about UPND without mentioning Hakainde Ichilema.
Okay. Ever since I came in the studio here, how many times, except now, have I mentioned Edgar Chagwarum?
Because they believe it is a party they've built. The candidate is just falling in the name of the party. But you is that the party is falling in the name of a candidate.
What we must all agree is that Hakainde Ichilema has built his integrity. They have tried to arrest him. They have tried to throw mud at his name time and again. But he's a man who has had a clear conscience and has done what is right for his life and his professional career. So at the end of the time as we are now, people have realized that there's nothing that which they can do. They are trying to discourage Hakainde so that equality does not come in the realm of political leadership in this country. Chabane vale sa, se wafuna muntu wa udongo munzelu na machitide yake amene yari clean. Because we muntu waso akabwerapo, akapasa free education. Bamdara, most of these people amene batipunzisa manja. They even did the extra lessons kuma school. The teachers were so serious. Aba bantu mamu unipi. Aba bantu banapunzira ma school yo punzisi wana ma teachers, but they were highly motivated. Bezo forese wa unga ma teachers bao. Bezo ika mona bata munsima yao. Kuti baine bajekwino. Yes. So manjerero beve bafunoti batirese kuti muntu amene akamba kuti no azaleta free education, azakukonzerani good health care services na masalaries kuli mwa polisi, kuli mwa teachers, marawanses yana zambo bwera mushemushe. No, look, I cannot come here to movie and start discussing about the founder member, no Mr. Stephen Mwinde. No. Okay. He has his own line of life. We have come here to discuss a certain subject matter. So oro Hakainde wamene wakambapo. The fear is that ma crooks bazasobera pongena ma politics. Viko po vinangu wamene vienda jabe people that have only been championing campaigns kumuzi kwao. Baripo mubaziwa. We're not here to discredit so that wakakuita nini mairati no wakaita nani ku broadcast. Wanapasana kudara marastu warning. Mulikeza mna marastu warning. Your lives is on the line because you are dealing with dictators. Yes. Viko povo siri la chabe chanaenda kumuzi kwake, chaenda cha camping. And even your own villagers this time around, wakumunzi, ukakuine kumiene ko reach ta campaign, na iwe na wishiba. Ili ashiri popa ground ni bali. Unombuku, kama ipule yama. Because Ephraim Belemu, abantu barefo muntu ayinga leto ubuntungo ebo turefaya. Wafe unonshi wacharo bonso chite benefit. Mbambi mwari nakani. Shishi wenecho murebisha.
Honorable Belemu says that he joined the Patriotic Front and he cannot, say anything negative on the Patriotic Front because since, Mbabala was made a district, they have, at least created one secondary school in the area. Talk of development in that particular area, he says the PF have scored. And so he can't, say anything negative on the PF. And the people of Mbabala are going to, vote for the PF.
You see, everything, my brother, has got its genesis. I don't think that me I'm more special than my father. Maybe you are better than your dad. Maybe you are better than your father. But between you and me, gentlemen, we respect the foundations. Mbabala has had the people with better CVs than Belemu. Who is Belemu after all? Who is Ephraim Belemu? He was working as a marketing manager for Mugarodia, Gaddafi Avenue, he was working. He was on a salary. He went. These are people that never went in for a service of for mankind. If it were, we compare the years they have spent. Okay, if you compare the years they have spent in politics and the years we have spent in politics, and the canvassing that we have done, the sacrifices, we can just say our struggle credentials. Our struggle credentials, if we put them on the table, we compare with what he has offered the party, you find that he has received more benefit. He would have not been able to move to the PF if UPND did not give him an adoption. Sembesana ende ku PF that UPND is not adoption on MP. PF would have adopted him there. He would have gotten zero. He would have gotten zero. So we must be able to respect the people that give you space. Look, there are people that have defected, that have moved on. There is the GBM. Yes, he could have been sarcastic in his own style and fashion, but he has got a limit of what he can say. But even him, he trapped himself when he said, no, we know about the people who were gassing because we planned it 4 years ago. If you look at 2017, when 2018 when GBM left UPND, you subtract 5 years backwards. He was still in PF, so they were planning it in PF. So these people that we are dealing with, they don't know mathematics, they don't have a vision for the future. Bamene wakambapo. Bakamba kuti no tipasa ikoni futi tikagura inangu ndeke, tikagura inangu marandi cruiser, andi imwe tizamba kuti yamanje ija doti yamene tiganiza kuti doti na mirurwe kakunde ya munje kuti omanove muchi. There will be no more medicine in these hospitals. There will be no more teachers' salaries.
Is it a lie that the PF have developed in Mbabala by creating a secondary school?
Masuku, the village where I come from, was at the secondary school from 1960. So, Honorable Cornelius Mwetwa would not be able to tell you that Masuku is developed. Yes, so development is self-inviting. And development is not brought on a vehicle, like, you know, we have brought development. No. Development is the consciousness of the people that live in that particular area. Right. And it is calculated also with the living standard of individual people in that area. So what is so special about people from Mbabara? Because people from Mbabara still come and do shopping in Ichoma. Yes. So right. What is so special about Mbabara which he wants to cheat the people today? All right. Now a secondary school cannot be a basis, a correct, concise basis of clear roadmap to development. A secondary school will just be removing people from illiteracy to literacy, and then taperapaja. How many technical skills centers are in Mbabara for him to prove to a point that, and from those technical skills, people that graduate, how many are employed within or by private entities within there? And the pride of a farmer in Mbabara is the same pride. My problem, abarimi Mbabara. My problem, abarimi.